Professor Nalapat, what have you made of this, incredible loss uh, to, the conservative movement in the United States? In fact, Charlie Kirk was earmarked to be running for the president someday in the future. He was a youth icon, a youth leader, and he always encouraged open dialogue. Uh, that was something that gets you killed, then of course that's a very scary prospect that we are looking at.
Look, Vineet, I see so many similarities between the unfortunately successful attempt at assassinating Charlie Kirk and the fortunately unsuccessful attempt at assassinating then candidate Donald J. Trump. I mean, you have a shooter on the roof, you have the chap going up and down, you have the chap lying down and positioning his gun. I mean, from what I've been reading, and if this is accurate, it's very uncanny, the resemblance to the attempted assassination of Donald J. Trump. Trump escaped by, if I may say so, a few millimeters, if I may say so. If his head had been in a different position, he would have been, uh, I mean, what Charlie Kirk had become after that bullet hit him and went through him. It was amazing, frankly, the resemblance of both to me. But having said that, I'd like to point out that I think Charlie Kirk had a very encouraging set of parents, and they fully understood when he decided to give up his education very early on and begin fighting for this cause. And he fought for it very courageously. He fought for it dauntlessly. He traveled up and down the country. And unfortunately, security was not very tight in the Utah campus. I mean, nobody would expect this kind of a situation to happen. But unfortunately, just as, for example, in the Trump in the rally, where Donald J. Trump was almost assassinated, security was not sufficient. And here also, security was not sufficient. My point is, Vineet, influencers are a very important part of molding public opinion. They're very important. They may not have any official position, but they're incredibly important in molding official positions. And I think a case has can be made that key influencers, they're traveling to locations where, I mean, there are large crowds are there. 3,000 in in Utah University is a fairly large crowd. Well, I think there needs to be some provision to provide security for them because influencers are part of the fabric of democracy. They're part of the fabric of advocacy, which is very much a part of democracy. Whether you're left, right, center, or whatever, the reality is that you're all a part of the same democratic fabric. Although, frankly, the use of murder is completely, I mean, it's just horrific. It's completely, I mean, it's not kosher at all. And I mean, there have been so many cases of right-wing people, so-called right-wing people. Actually, I agree
Right,
with
sir.
Scott, conservative people. I agree with Abhijit. And you look at Shinzo Abe, the longest serving prime minister in Japan, and some stray bullet got hold of him and they passed it off as a single person. Now, the reality is that I think we need to locate the shooter, we need to identify him, and we need to locate his motives because clearly there was a political motive behind this very, very effective, unfortunately, attempt on the life of Charlie Kirk.